ego is the enemy. Can you take that too far? I can joke about myself all day and be okay, but also I don't want coworkers not to take me seriously.
So that's actually kind of two questions. It's talking about ego and it's talking about joking around, right? Those are two different things, a little bit.
Like self-deprecating.
Yeah. And so can you be too humble and put your ego in so much check that it hurts you? Yes, actually you can. You know, hey, Echo, how's it going? I'm in charge. I'm really horrible at this. I just don't know what I'm doing, right? That's not good.
Yeah.
It's like I said to the Marine lieutenant, right? Am I telling him to go into check-in and say, hey, guys, I just got here, just got out of the basic school. I don't know anything, really.
Yeah.
Do you want to follow that guy? No. No, that's not what I'm talking about. So can you be overly humble? Yes. Like I said, it's okay to admit that you don't know everything, but that doesn't mean don't be well prepared. That doesn't mean don't be confident that you can figure things out. That doesn't mean you can't ask good questions, right? It doesn't mean that you don't report in without knowing the nomenclature and the fundamentals, right? That's going to, hey, Jocko just checked in, but he knows what our mission's been. He knows what our mission statement is. He knows how our basic process is. He already looked at he knows everyone's name. Yeah, I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. So that's what you want to be. That's not saying, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I just got here. No, that's not what we're talking about. So don't be overly humble. Most people, the reason I talk about the other one of be humble all the time is because most people tend towards letting their ego be inflated. That's what most people tend towards. So I tend to talk more about, hey, keep your ego in check when you check in. Because most people, they're so scared of looking bad. They say, well, I know how to do this.
Right.
Never seen it before. I know how to do that. Never seen it before. You're going to look stupid. Hey, guys. Hey, I've been put in charge of this. I know you guys have been doing it for a while. I'm looking forward to learning from you on how you execute it and driving forward and kicking ass in this mission. Does anyone get mad at that? No. That's a lot different than, hey guys, I have no idea what's happening. That's too much.
Yeah.
So don't go there. Be humble, but not passive. Put your ego in check, but don't turn into a baby. Word of the day. The second part of this is a question about joking around too much, and that's different from too much ego. And absolutely, you can joke around too much. Now, of course, and we've talked about this, a good team and a good leader, they're having fun. They're having fun with everything that you're doing, and I always had fun. I still have fun. All the time, I'm having fun. But if all you do is joke around all the time, then when it comes time for the joke to be over, people won't take you seriously. So that will be problematic. I had a rule that was no joking on the radios. Right. So if you were on a radio, you weren't allowed to make jokes. No joking on the radio. And what's cool about that, because, in task unit bruiser, when I was a platoon commander, when I was assistant platoon commander, we had fun all the time. We laughed, we joked, we had a blast with everything we did. No joking on the radio. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a law. No joking on the radio. And what was good about it was, as I think back to that, what that translated to was we're not joking around in the field. And that expanded, like when we're briefing, we're not joking around. Yeah. It was a very clear distinction. Of course, did things happen out in the field sometimes where we're like, oh my God, this is hilarious? Of course that happened. But the general 99% of the time, 95% of the time was, hey, we're in the field, we're working, we are serious. That's the priority. Did we have fun in the field? Yes. Did I laugh in the field? Yes. But the priority and this norm was, we are serious, and that's the priority. So don't joke so much that you don't get taken seriously. One time I was with a senior ranking officer, a flag officer, meaning an officer with stars. And we went to go brief. I wasn't attached to this unit, but they went to go brief this unit, or we went to go receive a brief from a unit. And in the brief, in a PowerPoint slide, these guys had put a slide in that was an inappropriate slide, and it was a crude joke, and it was really funny. I thought it was really funny, Yeah. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny that these guys did that. I saw the slide, they had it up there, and it was completely inappropriate. and vulgar, right? That's what it was. They didn't know this general at all, and he was a very straight-laced guy and didn't appreciate that kind of humor. And they had like the welcome slide. The next slide that came up was this inappropriate, vulgar slide.
What was it?
It was.
You don't have to tell me.
It was inappropriate. I'll leave it at that. And you know, it was like there was a chuckle in the room. And at the same time, there was nothing but silence in the room, and you could feel the discomfort. And since, like I said, I thought it was funny, and I knew it wasn't going to go over well. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Ooh, this is not good." And the reason I'm telling this big long story is because I have another rule: don't put jokes into your slides in PowerPoint. No jokes, because you can articulate the joke because you can feel the room out. You can see what's going on. You can get a taste. You can get a feel for them. If you walk in, if they would have had a chance, if I could have said freeze, the first slide's up. You've met the general here for 5 minutes. Do you want to remove that slide? They'd be like, oh, absolutely, let's get it out of there, because they could see that he was a serious guy and not, you know, one to be that wants to be seen, that kind of thing. It wasn't hard. It was a pretty easy book to read. But you don't have that opportunity. There was no, hold on, we're going to delete this slide. No, there it was. Boom. Welcome. It was after the slide of, you know, this is where we are. It was the welcome slide. And I said, ooh. So, no joking on the radio. No joking in your slides. Keep your slides clean. And the risk benefit, you tell a good joke, hey, that's great. You get, you know, 2 credits.
Right.
If your joke is bad and considered inappropriate, it's negative 39.
I know, Brian.
So it's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm all about, you know, you want to have fun. When you're briefing, you want people to be entertained and have fun, but you don't want to have inappropriate stuff. No.
Yeah.
So that's that. For both these things, am I joking too much, or am I being too serious? Am I, you know, is my ego too big, or am I being too humble? It's a balance. It's a dichotomy of leadership, and you got to find the right spot in the middle, and you got to check yourself, and you got to, you know, if your team is joking when they shouldn't be joking, guess what? You're leading them in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
If your team is somber and doesn't have any spirit, you're not having good enough time. So you got to find the balance there. Same thing with ego. You know, are people talking with you and communicating with you and being open with you and telling you when they disagree with things, or is no one talking to you? Because if that's the case, your ego is so big that they don't want to talk to you. So find the dichotomy of leadership, find the balance between those two.
Dang, that's a good one if they're not talking to you, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know how at work you're talking with your friends, you know, and then that person comes who you're like, oh, you know, for whatever reason, you're not necessarily talking about them or nothing, but they come and you got to stop your conversation, you know?
Yeah.
That's like a little indicator, you know, if you roll up you see people across the room talking and you're like, hey, that looks like a cool conversation or whatever. Or I'm going to go say hi to Paul, whatever. And you go and they stop talking and they stop like laughing. They just stop talking and they give you like small talk or whatever. That's an indicator. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an indicator. It could be actually either one of those two. If people are having a good time and you walk in and they stop laughing, all of a sudden you think, okay. And if you walk in and they're having a conversation that they just, you know, don't want to talk to you, they probably don't like your big ego that's slapping them in the face.
Something.
Put your ego in check.
Yep.